G'day everyone and welcome back to another episode of Coast to Coast, where we are sponsored by absolutely no one. This program is flying, Oscar.
Why do we not have any sponsors?
I don't think anyone wants to pin their hopes and dreams to our product right now.
So you work in the media department, Thumb.
I do enough. I'm not in sponsors.
That's why you're here. So I can get some sponsors for this podcast.
Can you really?
So tell the club if they don't get them, I'm rolling out my own sponsors from next week.
Any hints?
No. I'll leave it up to them to see.
Righto.
It might be conflicting.
All right, we won't touch too much on footy though, Oz. But I am going to lead with sort of the most dreaded injury news that could happen to the team at the moment is anyone suffering an ACL and being out for such an extended period of time. He's a mate that's close to your heart, being a former roommate, and just an overall great guy, such a hard worker. He was in here so often in the off-season, trying to get the best out of his body and be in prime physical conditions, just 9 games into his career at 20 years of age, and Jai Cully goes down. What were the emotions on field with yourself, chatting to him post-event? Give me some detail.
Yeah, it was flattening. Like, he's someone he's had to go through a lot to get to the position he is. He was a mature age draft pick in the rookie draft, drafted a year late, comes into a club and made a pretty good impact early. Came into this season, set all of his personal bests in time trials, really impressed with how hard he trained and committed everything to the off-season to get him into position to play, and found himself out of the side because he had maybe a little injury coming into the season and has worked really hard, found himself in a position 2 weeks ago, kicked 4 goals in a game against Geelong.
Yeah,
against Port Adelaide, sorry.
On top of the world as a NAB Rising Star doing...
Yeah.
They make you do about 12 interviews in 2 days, and it's hard to not feel like you're a bit of a superstar when you go through that event. You've experienced it.
Yeah. It's the first time you're really exposed to stuff, and just super disappointing. Hopefully recovery goes well, and he'll be here day to day, so we spend a lot of time with him, but particularly after major traumatic events like this will affect the next 12 months of his life at least. So I think he's having a couple of days where he's obviously in at the club, but you don't want to surround someone when they're going through something like this, so allow them to breathe, feel what they want to feel, and then they'll start to open up, and when he's ready for a chat, I'm always there, and he knows that.
So you haven't really... what do you say?
Yeah, I gave him a hug when I came to the bench because he was next to me, and I said, sorry, mate, I'm here for you. And then sent him a couple texts and reached out and said, how you going? He said, yeah, okay. So there and abouts with him, but you wouldn't be in a talkative mood, and I completely get it. I was the same last year. I didn't really want to talk to anyone when I got hurt.
Bog. Weekend Bog. I'm going to start. It's yourself.
Cool.
Mate.
Thanks, mate.
You're in some serious touch right now. I'm touching all the wood around me that I possibly can.
Yeah.
Your previous season best is 28 snags. You're going to shatter that if you keep on your current trajectory. It's you and Jezza Cameron in the multiple goal stat of kicking multiples in every round this year.
Yeah.
The great man, Jezza Cameron, and you, the sidekick, the Robin. How good?
Yeah, he's a pretty good player, that bloke. Oh, I think I've gotten fortunate. I think there was a game a couple of weeks ago, it was against Carlton. I hadn't touched it for 3 quarters and kicked 2 in the last 10 minutes of the game. But I think I'm in relatively good form, and the forward line's working really hard for me. So there are a couple situations on the weekend where if you're watching the game, there was no one really around me and it was a nice kick to me, but the small forwards are doing a great job blocking for me and working for me. So it's not all on the player who gets the end result as a forward. You got to rely on some other things, and thankfully the boys are working hard.
Yes. Forever the team, man. I was not watching live, and I saw the app come up, and it said Oscar Allen is off to injury. I thought this is going
disastrous.
To be like the worst. Like, I can't have this bloke getting injured.
This podcast is dead.
I hitched my wagon to this bloke. Please be right. So what happened? How's the knee? It was strapped. You went back out there, which was the most pleasing aspect of it, but... Yes. Tell me you're playing.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, it's all good. I'm a baby.
You carrying on again?
Yeah, as per. No, I just nicked it, niggled it, landed on it. All good.
Mate, the goal you kicked, the first goal, I'm going to put it up there as your best goal, like, to date. Because your reaction, your reading of the ball off that pack, you've anticipated someone coming in and thumping it to the line. Correct. Great reading off the pack. You stuck one mitt out. It stuck like those old Velcro grip balls you'd take down to the beach. One mitt, bang, snap on the wrong side for a right foot snapper. Tell me one goal you've kicked that's better than that.
I kicked probably not better, but bigger moment. Kicked one against Darcy Moore in a final where I was on the run, and he kicked a nice snap, and he was on me ass.
Is this where you thump the turf?
Yeah, do the whop on the ground.
Yeah.
No, I don't know, mate. Like, it's the only goal I've kicked that isn't from a set shot this year.
Good stat.
So,
Good stat.
it's actually been frustrating me that I haven't been able to get...
cheapies?
No, not cheapies, but, do anything in live play.
Yep.
So, that was nice.
No,
enough talking about me.
Okay,
Yep.
fair enough. We haven't got much time. You got to take off. So there's no point talking about how much better Richmond were on the day, presumably.
Yeah.
Do you want to give me one team line about the game itself, and then we'll move on?
Okay. Pleasing signs again in the first half, but inability to maintain it for the 4 quarters is just really letting us down at the moment. And we're probably not converting as well as we could when we go forward. And even with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, we're up by a point. So to lose by 45 points is really, really disappointing. We should have, and we're in a position to pinch that game. But they were better on the day, so...
Thought Tommy Barris's grab in the first quarter was one of his all-timers as well. Back with the flight, an absolute just missiled himself into the pack and took an absolute ripper. He was on Rewald, who was targeted the most times for the Tigers in a game. AFL didn't put him in the best again. Just put him in the 6th best. It's not hard.
Are you putting him in our best for the votes?
Well, you're not going to get votes. I was meant to ask the 2. We've already done Rothy and Waterman, and they're out of here. They had to fly. So I'm going to get their votes, and I've got to collate. I'm very behind on the vote.
It's not that hard, Thump. We go through it, and then you jot it down in your notes app on your phone.
As you can tell, we don't have any working pens in this studio.
Oh, so you need a pen to work your phone, do you?
You've been working that dull texter for 5 weeks, and when I edit it, I think he's got to bin that texter.
Okay.
I can hear it all the time.
Fair.
I'm going to give Sheeta 3 votes. I thought he was fantastic coming back from a spell. Yep. Whatever was wrong with his throat seems all cleared up.
Yep.
The third quarter in particular, he had 11 touches and 4 of them were contested, trying to will us back into the contest. Finished with 29. I'm giving you 2. You were stiff to miss out on the 3. As you said, this was so weird. You kicked that many goals and none that weren't a set shot. That's classic. And Tim Kelly, just a runaway leader at this point in time.
TK is going to win our BNF by heaps.
I know. That's what makes this vote counting so frivolous, is that he's absolutely shattering it. And when I eventually get around to adding them all up, it's going to show that he is daylight ahead.
Yep.
What I want to go back to, because we've already done this Waterman and Rotham chat, and you've got to take off in the next 4 minutes. You spoke about being nervous on game day.
Mm-hmm.
But now Adam Simpson wants to shift the captaincy around until Luke Shuey returns from his injury. So Tom Barris has been looking after it for a while.
Yep.
Had one of his best games on the weekend, not according to the AFL website. You're one of the players that's been spoken about receiving it. Liam Duggan. Other names probably escape me of who'll get that opportunity.
Sheeta.
Donny Sheet.
3. Yep.
So how do you think you'd handle something like that, knowing that you're nervous before game day? Do you think it's a great distraction, almost?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm nervous before game day, but it's in a controlled manner. I kind of am semi-aware of what's going on. It's all a bit of a blur, but you're still talking to people. It's just people would say things to me. It won't really resonate and stick in my brain. I'll forget it as soon as I run out there. But yeah, maybe something else to think about. But once again, it's a club call. It's a Simo call. It's not my call.
Are you looking forward to the opportunity to do it?
I love to do it. Yeah, I grew up loving West Coast. Always been a West Coast supporter. So it'd be a massive honour if it happens. And if it doesn't happen, oh well. Tom Barras is our vice captain, and he's done a terrific job. I think he's been awesome this year.
I think he's come out and said you're going to do it for a week.
Okay,
yeah.
Well then, cool. That'll be fun.
Yeah,
yeah. Sweet. There you go. Is that what you wanted to hear?
Do you have? If you're away, will you just automatically go heads or tails? What's your tactic there?
Tails never fails.
I hope it pulls.
Nah, I'd definitely just say heads. I'd just say random things whenever it was in. Yeah, I'm the type of guy who'd be at home going, but heads, but no, not you.
Yeah. Okay. You're not a superstitious man.
I am. Not superstitious, just a little.
A routine man?
Just a little stitious, not super.
Jeez, I don't mind that from you.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, we got
I've been funny today.
See, you've been okay.
Oh, damn.
We got a few things to talk about. What are your thoughts on Papley and Sydney's tactics on Nick Dacos?
Oh, I didn't mind it at all.
Yeah?
He's probably he's becoming top 3 in the Brown though, and he's 20 years old. And he plays a style of footy where they try to give him to him at all costs. He's a beautiful ball user. He works super hard for his footy. So, I mean, when I'm going well, guys whack me.
Do they?
Yeah, as a forward, you get whacked all the time from behind. And it's just the way that some opposition go about it. And you'll ask Luke Shuey, the same thing happened to him. Any really dominant player at their peak of their powers, they get a lot of work put into them from the opposition to try and take them off their A game. So I don't think it's too bad. I don't think it was over the top. I thought it was actually bloody entertaining to watch.
Yep.
Watching the game, I was like, oh. And then he sets up the next goal, and the Collingwood boys go back at Clark, I think it was, who was tagging him.
See the amount of fines that were dished out for those Collingwood boys?
He's on coffees this week. But I love that. that's why Collingwood are going so well as a footy club, because they understand how important Nick Dacos is to their success, and they'll stand up for him no matter the cost.
All right. Do you want a quick thumper story before we take off and finish this potty? Have you got anything else to add?
Very quick one, you go.
Okay. You're going to add one, or are you going to?
No, you're going to add one.
Okay. So, amateur footy story. Very low grades.
Yeah, great.
Got fed to me on the weekend. This is real low grades we're talking. So, the bench is watching a ball go near the boundary line. It's kind of gone over, but the boundary umpire hasn't called it. And so, one of the players, not an overly big player, has basically just turned to the boundary umpire and said, "Mate, it's out. What are you doing? Call it." Like something of that avail.
Yeah, no swearing.
No swearing, very particular. So anyway, one of the other members of the opposition's bench has stood up, big tattered guy.
Oh, no.
And he's come over and gone, "Mate, don't you say that. That's my son. F this, F you, blah, blah,"
no.
threatening to this player. And the guy's just like, mate, just calm down. We're just saying it's out kind of thing. Like, you know, this is footy.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, very weird moment. It was like,
Yeah.
geez, that was odd. Okay.
Oh, I don't like where this is going.
Fast forward to the fourth quarter of said All-Star game, and this player who was giving the boundary umpire some feedback was now standing away from the play. Another player from the opposition, not the father of the boundary umpire, just another random player, tats everywhere, has just walked up to him and king hit him in the face.
During the game.
Put him down.
Oh, my God.
The retaliation from the team where he's seen the bloke go down, he's now gone the flying elbow
Jackie Chan style.
into the back of this guy's head and dropped him.
So there's two guys unconscious on the floor.
The guy who got the flying elbow got up a lot quicker than the dude that copped the fist to the chin.
Oh, yeah.
And now both teams are kind of like just stunned, as in, what on earth do we do here?
Yep.
And the guy who got up from the flying elbow has just gone, yeah, that was from the boundary thing, you know, earlier in the day. That was for that. This is where low grades of footy can get to us.
Yeah, okay.
You looking forward to some of these?
Yeah, never. I'm never playing.
See you, big fella.
Thanks,
We'll get to the
mate.
guests, eh?
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right. It's great to have these two gentlemen back in the podcasting arena. I'm certainly hoping the equipment's working this time. Jake Waterman, Josh Rotham. How are we, lads? Welcome back.
Thanks for having us, boys.
Cheers.
I completely forgot this. So their podcast never aired, did it? Or how did we get this done? Because do you two remember coming in and filming it for like an hour?
Jake, how did it work, mate?
Well, we come in here, everything went great. I got the recall to come in, and I had to say word for word my answers, and Thump had to go and put him in manually. So there would have been heaps more laughs from you guys, but we had to go in and do it by myself. So
Did my mic work?
Yes.
So,
There you go.
So us three, our conversation was in there, and then Jake was just like popping in.
That's heavy.
Yeah, that sucks.
That would have
Worked
been
a
an
treat.
Orcs recording too.
yeah, it was not a great experience.
So how are we, boys? What's going on?
We're back.
How we
We're
pulled
good.
from the weekend? Both, all of us played. What's going on?
Surviving.
Yeah,
What have we got to pick from this week? 27.
yeah.
6-day break. Feeling pretty good. Train tonight.
Debut on the G. Do you still hold like fond memories going there? Or do you not really think about that much when you go? To the
I don't
same
think
change
about it too
rooms, or-
much, but yeah, fond memories for sure at that ground. Biggest crowd I played in front of was my debut, so.
Can I ask, who do you think made their MCG debut on the weekend? 3 players.
Ruben.
Edwards, and there is someone else.
True debut there, won't be him.
Have I stumped you already, boys?
Foley,
Yeah.
West.
Not Foley, not
Not
West. Have another crack.
Gives a hint.
No.
No, you can't give me
No.
Clark.
That is correct.
Dang, well done.
Clarkathon. So, yeah, you talked about the MCG one there. That was pretty big. I wanted to ask, before we get started, I'm just still sorting out microphones. Who was your favourite guest for this year, boys? You're tuning in
You
constantly?
both listen lots.
Oh, I listen
I've been flogging it.
religiously.
They're
On
cute
the way
on my
home.
Spotify.
Yeah, anywhere I go, I've just got this potty on. It's great.
Yeah, so
I love
who's
listening
been
to
flogging
Oscar's
it? I've been
voice more than I
flogging
need to.
So who's your favourite then?
Cripsy.
Yeah.
I actually did send a question in on Insta just asking how much you paid him to get on, because I don't think he wanted to do this at all.
Funnily enough, we actually did ask him that. So if you missed that podcast, just go back and listen
He
to
must
it.
be
Yeah, he
bored.
must have missed that one.
He must be bored with his rehab.
Yeah, he's
All
got not
bangers.
much going on, mate.
Did any of you see the rabbit on a fan's shoulder at the MCG on the weekend? Richmond Tigers fan entered with a rabbit.
Like a real life rabbit or a stuffed rabbit?
No, really.
Why haven't I seen this?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it.
Same as Marvel, there was a fox run around the day before
Yep,
the game.
you see
Hey,
that?
What's weirder, a bloke bringing in a rabbit on his shoulder or Matty Rao eating grass?
Matty Rao eating
Yeah.
grass.
I'm going to start
I
eating
might have to keep an eye out for him in the warm-up.
would you say something to him this weekend? Too
what
good a
will
player.
be will be. If it works for him.
You'd want a good one-liner with it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I actually can't see the benefit of doing it. I can't understand what he was doing, like getting used to the grass and everything.
I'm going to start licking footies or something. Just like, when
Must
I
work.
go into for a set shot, just
I don't know what his mindset would
slurping it.
be around that.
What about the season so far, boys? So I'm sure you'd have fans and family members, maybe, or just mates come up to you and they just want to talk footy, and you'd almost have your stock standard line that you'd give them, presumably. I mean, I do, and I work at the club. Couldn't imagine you guys playing it. What's normally the stock standard response that you're peddling out when you get asked the same question of, geez, tough year, boys. Tough year this year. What are you normally coming up with?
You try to keep it reasonably brief and keep, I guess, what we speak about as players within the four walls. But I think it's just that we're building. It's not ideal, the situation we're in with all the injuries and losing games, but we are building and we're seeing good signs on field. So I think that's probably mine to friends and families, that we're building and there's young guys getting exposure, which is good.
What are you saying tonight?
Yeah, pretty similar. Just don't shirk the bad form, obviously, but anyone who knows football knows our circumstances, and obviously we're not using them as an excuse, but we're they're pretty massive factors, and the blokes that get to play for this footy club go out there and have a crack every week, and we're putting together some good sort of patches of footy and probably letting ourselves down a little bit, but we're getting there.
Now, last year was a disappointing year on field as well, but I thought one of the shining lights, and we've spoken about, is probably your end to last year, Jakey. Like, I think the last probably back half of the year played some real consistent footy, and in a side that was struggling to get inside 50, same as this year. I think you started off really well. What's it been like going into the ruck? So JK's not there, so you're getting more looks up forward as well. How have you found it? Because it's been a bit of a different year to start the year, and you've probably been one of our more consistent players week on week so far.
I guess probably the start of this year we've had a few more inside 50s, and I think that in games at forwards all you want is just opportunity to have a crack, and last year I think we started actually playing some decent footy at the back end, and as forwards you just get on the end of good ball movement sometimes, and it's been a bit of a different look this year, obviously with no JK, but you've come in and sort of left off what he was doing, and just being in the ruck a little bit just gets you around the footy, gives you a bit of a different look, and like the change up, and I've always said that I'm willing to play whatever position I can to get in the side, and I probably wouldn't have gotten the side at the start of the year if I wasn't playing backup ruck. So it's funny how things have sort of turned out, but I don't know if playing ruck's a long term thing or just short term for now, but if it's meant to be, it'll be.
Have you worked out the best tactic when to not go up for a CBD at all, and when to be like, right, I'm just sweeping, I'm like a second sweeper back here, I'm just going to start turning the other way? Like, how do you decide? Do other mids tell you, like, mate, sit this one out?
If he thinks he's getting his chest caved in.
Yeah, well, sometimes with the bounce of the ball, it's either on your head or in the middle or on their head, and if it's on top of them, you can get a bit of a run, but it's a bit of a risk staying down, because you can look like a bit of a deal when they just smash one out and get a centre clearance, go down and kick a goal. But
it's only happened once this year, I reckon.
Yeah, I made a few errors on the weekend, but it was bound to happen at some stage. But it's a work in progress, that's for sure.
So we've actually got a question in from Jake _FO8, and Roth, you were coined the nickname Rothanui throughout the back end of last year as you started coming into the side and rucking. What do you guys think, and how do you reckon you'd go if you had a chance to ruck together? Like, who'd be the starting ruck? Who'd start at full forward? Because both of you have kind of started to dabble in it the last 18 months. Or do you think it would just be a show?
I think we've got pretty good chem on field. We'd find a way to make it work and do it our way. But it actually nearly happened a couple of weeks ago, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was pretty close. Yeah. Bailey Williams was pretty sore.
He was under a cloud, indeed.
Yeah, he was under a bit of a cloud. And I was on standby. I can't remember which game, but...
it was an away game.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
It would be fun. I'd love to have the opportunity to do it.
There's a congratulations go first, Rothy. 50 games for the footy club is something I would absolutely kill for, and a great achievement.
Thanks, mate.
It wasn't a night that you're going to hold dear for all the reasons. We talked to Will Schofield on Inside Swoop, another show you two are addicted to, constantly refreshing. When's the new one coming out, etc.
Facts.
He said he was giving you a call, days after it happened, wanted to sort of talk it through with you, can relate from his perspective. I remember when Jack Rewalt kicked just an absolute bag on him, kicked 10 to the best, and trying to do shows and podcasts with him that period. As you can tell, Scully, very grumpy man. How did you sort of reflect on that? How's your mindset been throughout that whole experience? Because you've got to put it behind you straight away and go.
Yeah.
Describe either the night or post it.
Yeah. Obviously not my best night. personally. Had the role on Kerno to start with and just didn't execute the plan I had going in. I think when he took a few grabs early, I probably went away from that really quickly. But it's good learning for me to stick to a plan, no matter what's happening within the game. So, yeah, good learning curve for me. Definitely not a memorable 50th, but
he's a big dude.
He's
man.
a big guy.
He's probably like top 5 player in the comp as well.
And that.
In a
and
night
that.
where we got smashed as a size, so it's not really individually on anyone.
Couldn't agree
Yeah,
more.
for sure. But like you said, definitely a learning curve for me, playing on a bigger guy like that. And I think I'll be better for the experience, to be honest.
Where do you want to play, Roth? Simo throws you the keys.
Yeah.
Mate, your first pick this week. Where do you want to play?
No, I'm pretty comfortable down back. It's just probably not on one of those key pillars.
The monster.
like Charlie Kerno. But yeah, I think down back's where I'm comfortable.
Yeah. So you guys, all three of you now, you're basically leaders of this squad going forward, and how quickly it turns from being a young whippersnapper to now, geez, we've got to be setting standards and pulling blokes into line and all the above that comes with being a senior leader. How have you sort of taken on the responsibilities, ever so shifting in the last 18 months particular, of being the leaders of the club? Talk us through moving this squad and transitioning it now with you guys leading it.
Yeah, no, it sort of come pretty quickly. I mean, it probably started for me just within the forward line at first and just making myself known as a leader down there, and then you sort of gain the confidence and it sort of expresses itself throughout the playing group. And, you know, we're all pretty young and we're learning on the hop, as everyone has done over the time. We've got some great leaders at the footy club, so we can lean on just about any one of those blokes at any time when we need to. But, yeah, setting standards and sort of just making yourself known. It's for me just in the forward line group, and I've got Oscar there who's a great help as well. And, you know, you lose guys like, you know, Kenny's retired, Cripps is out, you know, Lamb's out. You know, you've got to step up and sort of take on a dominant role, I guess. I don't know if you want to relate to that.
It's interesting because like you guys drafted 2016 together, and then I was the year after. How quickly you look around the locker room, and the common gag at the moment is, and I think you said it to me, so the oldest 8 players get business trip flights on the way over, and like you're now in the 8 oldest players in the side, which is like a crazy thought. So your age group, so it's you two and Witho pretty much, your age.
Yeah.
And then there's me the year under you with Petch. So all of a sudden we've kind of gotten to a stage of footy where we're kind of being looked upon as role models and guys that first year players look up to. So we're almost what Jack Redden was for us when we came to the footy club, which is it's a crazy thought, and it all changes pretty quickly.
Yeah, for sure. And I think like for us, we've seen some amazing leaders come through the footy club since we've been here. But for us, turning 24, 25, going into our 6th, 7th year, we can lead in our own way, which might not be on-field Shannon Hearn type. It might be around the locker room, being someone to lean on around training. So I think for us, just working out our leadership style, we're probably in that phase. So yeah, we're learning every day.
God sent a cracking photo by Kate Orm, our social media manager, and this must have been like a draft camp or something. I'm holding up pictures of presumably everyone in that 2016 draft.
With those in there,
Who can we name in that photo, boys?
I could name just about all of them.
I could name all of them.
All right, go. Who you got there?
Can I have it here? We could name all of them.
Yeah.
Is Danger in the middle there?
Yeah,
Is that Danger there?
He came and spoke to us, yeah.
Inspirational, was he?
Hugh McCluggage,
Good
McCready, Hoorah, Jack Rolls. I'll just name all the blokes that you probably know. Will Brody, Witho, Jared Berry, Jai Simpkin, Samo Seaton's there.
Luke Stranatic is in there.
Stranaka's in there.
Big strategy.
Big strats.
Benny Ainsworth, Brandon Parfitt, Jack Graham, who we played on the weekend, Jack Bowes. Who else we got there? Geordie Gallucci, Jack Scrimshaw.
Sammy
Josh
Powell-Pepper up the back.
Sammy Powell-Pepper up the back. Scary man still. Will Setterfield, Pete Laddams. Yeah, there's a lot of guys there that have sort of come along now and some absolute guns.
Was this a camp? Was this multiple days or was it just one and done?
We part of that RS Academy thing, so you
I think that was just a Melbourne 4-dayer. They were always pretty brutal.
Did you two just stick together and refuse to talk to others, or
No, we're pretty good.
We were all right.
We were pretty good.
got around them?
It's very clicky, those trips.
Yeah.
It's pretty intimidating.
I assume. Yeah.
You guys are probably of the first age demographic. I know there's a couple of years before you where you guys have come through like 16s, 18s, 2 years of 18s, AIS. Like you knew a lot of guys when you came into the competition because you've already been a part of those programs. Do you think that helped your transition into being a part of a senior football program, because I wasn't a part of those. I played 18s, but like wasn't used to. I didn't know anyone else in the draft pretty much, except for WA boys I played with. Do you think it changed the way you guys got into the AFL system? Where I kind of understand how this is going. Obviously, your old man, a club legend, Jakey, but you guys were kind of assimilated into professional footy from an early age.
Yeah, I think it just helps you when you're forced into building relationships in programs like that. It definitely helps you when you rock up to a footy club, which we had since, like you said, since we were about 16, we had that. So as a young fella, it probably just takes you out your comfort zone a little bit and forces you to build those relationships, which definitely helps you when you rock up.
Give me some Europe talk, boys. I've heard very little reports about the off-season Europe holiday, and I'm sure there's some PG versions. You had to tell mum and dad something when you lobbed home on Australian soil.
Yeah.
Can you give us a bit? Who were the surprise packets? Who were slightly underperforming on certain days? Highlights? Would you go back? Inclusions, omissions on the next trip? Like, give me something.
Okay. How PG can we?
This can all be cut out. If we say anything we don't want, we can all cut it out.
What should we run with then? Am I close enough here?
I'll tell you what was interesting. So, interesting fact from the trip. When we were in Greece, we were in Mykonos, and our last night in Mykonos was about 7 o'clock. We were sipping on a cocktail, listening to some tunes, and we all got a notification that the Queen had passed away, and we were flying to London the next day. So when we arrived in London, like, we weren't sure, does the airport close, what's going on? And we went to Buckingham Palace with about 500,000 other people and watched as they were kind of bringing in security escort cars and everyone paying their tribute. So that was an interesting part of the trip, like something that was once in a lifetime kind of thing, being there when the Queen passed away.
Did you all shed a few tears at the bar for the monarch, or you kept it together?
Look, I know next to nothing about the royal family and the Queen, but
your missus loves them, don't?
Loves it.
Yeah,
Mads is all about it. Yeah, it was definitely an experience. We were more worried about the airport and actually getting in.
Yeah, I think we'd actually bought tickets to, was it like a League Two?
We went to watch
Huddersfield, maybe? Someone like that.
Queen's Park Rangers.
QPR. Gaffy's side. Yeah, we're going to watch QPR play.
My sole role for the trip was to get tickets to an EPL game, which is like, we want to go see like a top line team. We were only in London for sort of just over 24 hours, so it was good to go, and I've left it till we're at the airport terminal leaving Perth, and there's just nothing.
You try to buy tickets like Man City, Liverpool, 2 weeks before.
Tickets for seven blokes together is just like you get a loan out pretty much. Yeah. So
we could get boxes.
Witho just disgusted at me. He's just gone and bought tickets to a championship game, which is fine. We just wanted to go see something.
Yep.
And they obviously got cancelled, so we couldn't do that, which was flattening. But
did the big one get cancelled that you would have got tickets for?
Every single game got cancelled for weeks.
Even my older brother Alec flew to England from his footy trip just to watch a bunch of soccer games, and they all got cancelled, and he was filthy. So, it was a pretty hectic.
On reflection, we should have spent more time in London.
Yeah,
we crammed that cool hard.
Yep. Yeah. What about the inclusions in this trip? That some periphery players that aren't a part of this core nucleus that came along, others that could have been there.
Yeah,
some that you might sub out, or some that just had poor stints that they came back from.
No, everyone was great.
Everyone was great.
It was a good
balance. It was all time. Rhett Bazzo and Campbell Chesser are talking about doing a Europe trip this year.
That'd be pretty fun.
Do you have the cash to go along and do it again?
Do I?
Yes. Does anyone? Does everyone the inclination?
Just.
Oscar does.
Yeah,
I missed one this year.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about doing New Zealand, which would be fun.
Yeah, when you got a long-term missus like Roth and I do, it's kind of like, all right, well, where are we going this year? Because you're not going and doing that 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
You're the eligible bachelor of the group, so you can kind of do what you like, really.
Yeah, I'll see what happens. Maybe.
Could you join them?
No.
You wouldn't chaperone?
I don't know if I could maybe join Roth, but I don't know if Mads would be too happy about that. Michael Jamison, maybe.
The interesting thing I found, we ran into about 4 or 5 different clubs over there.
Oh yeah,
so
plenty of boys.
So like guys that we didn't even have relationships with, like you just be at a pub and the Hawthorn team's there.
Yep. Yeah,
like and
we saw them at Oktoberfest.
Yeah, we did.
That was good.
Was that one of the highlights?
Yeah, highlight.
That was
sure.
my favourite
for sure. The first day was pretty rough.
Do you have to book a table? Is this how it goes? Or
you can't book it.
Yeah, you can't book it.
So
how early are you getting there?
Members.
Like 7 a.m.
for a what open?
Yeah, it opens at like 9.
8:39.
Yeah, but they don't serve anything until midday, and you only get served if you got a table. And because we're in Europe, we had the night before as well, which we got carried away with pretty quickly. Like, I'll have a quiet one tonight.
It's a long morning.
Yeah, we got a big morning tomorrow, and then next
wet,
thing we
it's
know,
raining.
it's a good night out.
You're not getting wet at the tables, though. They're covered.
No, well, like the line outside first day was like just like
Ridiculous.
and it's just freezing,
Nah.
cold, raining. Oh, it was
So,
Worth it, but what a grind.
do you know how Oktoberfest works?
No, this is what I'm asking. Not really.
Yeah. So it's almost like a royal show, like a massive fair where there's carnival rides and food stalls everywhere, and then there's 12 massive tents, and they're the 12 main breweries in Germany.
Yeah.
And each tent holds like 20,000 people, and there's like live music stages on all of them.
Can you mingle between tents, or you're inclined to just be in your tent?
You spend
don't
a
need
fair
to.
bit of time in one. Like
Yeah.
they're all pretty fun. So
How many Aussies are there?
plenty. We've done into heaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's every day for 3 weeks. So like a lot of the Germans go like Monday through Friday as like tourists, and then the weekend German people go because it's like Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. You can go out, and they kind of kick on there. So it was a real eclectic group. Like I quite enjoyed it. I think it was the best thing I've done.
Yeah,
on a
that was
trip
awesome.
So far.
That was awesome.
Is it
That
beer
place
only?
is mental.
Beer only?
yeah,
Yeah.
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 assume so.
Just checking.
Yeah.
So what if you're
you
sick
have-
of beer?
Hey,
What if you're sick of beer by the end of the day?
Go home.
Yeah, go home. One question. You've already had the opportunity and took it with both hands. But Roth, would you ever change numbers if given the opportunity? And if so, what number would you go to? Who are you kicking out of the team?
I wouldn't now.
Yep.
Too cemented.
So I wouldn't say cemented. I like my spot in the locker room. I think that's the most important part of it. If you asked me earlier, maybe. Hunty's pretty lucky with number 5. I like number 5, but no, I wouldn't change. To answer your question,
Yep, cool.
got a lot of Skinner who I respected a lot. So
Love it. He'll be
yeah,
coming up.
I'll be holding 35.
Epic. What about the golf game, boys? Can I have a brief rundown of where the games are at before we move on to some fan questions?
Haven't played. In
Mine's so brief.
2 or 3 months.
Yeah,
No.
I'm similar.
But you were bit, though. You two were bit hard.
Yeah,
What happened?
Oh,
What do you got in the way?
I broke my arm.
yeah, sort of.
So there's my excuse.
So as soon as he went down, you have no one to play with, really?
No, I think I played out in June with a couple of mates, and anyone who's played out there knows it's pretty hard. And I think that just broke my spirit. It just like there was no coming back. I will get back on the horse one day, especially during summer.
Let's hold each other accountable because I'm keen to as well.
I'm just not naturally gifted to that sport.
What about you blokes? You been playing?
Oscar plays it.
Yeah, I play a bit, yeah.
Where you playing?
Wherever. One of my mates is a member at Joondalup, so I play quite a bit there with him.
I think Joondalup is mint.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I played
Joondalup
it.
is
It is a
stunning.
great course. It's so like hilly and there's so many undulations. It's so different when you play like any other public course, really. But
You know, Norman came here and toured Karen up in Joondalup to see if it was live appropriate.
and what do you say?
Well, we're yet to hear, but I would think that Joondalup would be a banging destination for some live times.
Yeah, because they've got all the rooms there and stuff. Like you could sell it as that. They all live on the course pretty much.
The Northern Burbs.
Yeah.
Be
All right,
good.
I got fan questions that'll spark some conversation if you're all ready to rock
Are we
and
going to
roll.
talk about AFL 23, mate?
I'll get to there if we have time at the end. I will.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I was going to start a WhatsApp with you boys and just put some photos in there.
No, it's
So you've seen how everyone looks, or what?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Okay.
Have you seen mine?
Oh, he's built
Yeah,
110 kegger.
built like a big
Massive.
we'll get there if we have time. All right. Bray Loveridge. Is it true Jake was best on ground in the 2018 Grand Final celebrations?
Nah,
Who started that rumour?
don't know.
That's a weird rumour.
I
Don't
assume
know
it
who
was
started
that.
that. That's weird.
Where were you ranked? Were you
No,
where you are now in the top 10?
No, I had fun. It was a good, celebration.
I had fun.
I had fun.
I had fun.
Leave it at that.
Just
All
leave
right.
it at that. Funny's fun.
I got a question from Sam Rotham.
Oh, God.
Ask Josh about his Shrek doll. Can you explain this one for us?
Yeah. So I was a mad WWE fan. Still.
Who wasn't?
Still am.
Yeah.
Half.
The Generation X, or is that past?
Yeah, DX, all that. It's actually gone to water, the WWE. But
Yeah, I've heard.
Anyway, back in the day, I was massive nuffy and I had this huge Shrek toy, essentially. And we had a trampoline out the back. So I would put in a shift on that Shrek toy, doing RKOs, Stone Cold Stunners.
And I assume this was part and parcel for all
Pedigrees.
boys of our age bracket.
Yeah, so I had this Shrek that I used to just go to town on the trampoline like a WWE ring while my brothers went surfing. So that's the Shrek doll.
Love, you want to go?
No, you go.
All right. Are you in a fantasy league? Is this what's happening?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's Cam XG wants to know how the fantasy league's going. Who are your risers and fallers here?
I'm a faller.
Yeah, Jakey used to be a top tier player and he's really fallen. We do a draft league.
Yep.
So
How many Eagles you guys got in your team? Do you have words with them?
No, none of them. I think I brought Sheeter in this week just because Trelaw got injured for me. But
I had a bunger on my pine on the weekend who I should have fielded.
How'd he go?
That was a mistake. I think he put up 91.
Sheeta had a game.
yeah, that's why I brought him in. I'm injury riddled and
I've always been
did not draft well at all.
I've always been a bottom fourer, which is where I'm at the moment. I had a mare on the weekend though. I had Marshall and Gresham
Both
from
injured,
the
right?
Saints, both injured in the last quarter. I lost to Witho by 30 points.
What's on the line?
Bit of cash, I think.
Yeah, what's
Buy-in? 50, 100?
What does the Spooner get?
the Spooner has a 24-hour punishment at Krispy Kreme.
I love this.
And every donut you eat, you lose an hour.
Yeah.
So if you eat 24 donuts, you can
I'll
lose
be there for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
No, I reckon.
I thought it was just you have to knock the donuts in the gut. Is that how it works?
Yeah, but like until you knock them, you can't go.
Yeah, true.
But I don't reckon I could eat 24 donuts. Think about how stuffed.
Yeah, 24 is a lot. I reckon I could do 12. I could do 12. I definitely couldn't do 24.
The best punishment league I've heard is in an NFL fantasy league where if you come last, you have to do a stand-up set at a comedy club.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that'd be good.
And if you refuse to do it, you get booted out of the league. So
I wouldn't hate that. I'd have a crack at it. I'd have a crack at it.
would you just rehearse someone else's material?
Yeah.
I'd do it. Yeah, I'd do a skit.
I've got one from Georgie Murray, and it's who/what started your AFL career? Start with you, Roth, and then go, Jakey.
Just you mean like the desire to play?
Yeah. Or like, how'd you get into playing footy? Or was there a moment when you thought, I want to give this a fair dinkum shake of the bottle? Or
Ever since I can really remember, I just wanted to play footy. Love playing with my mates. I don't really have a moment. Ever since real Oz kicker, just loved it, frothed it. Had my footy everywhere I went. So
Yours is pretty simple. Can I ask you a different one, Jake? Shiver me timbers. I've got it from a fan somewhere. Goes from Mickey Masters. One thing a coach told you that you'll never forget. Because I'm pretty sure you would have just had the inspiration from your family, your old man, been like footy's in the blood. Want to do what he does?
Yeah.
Can I get an answer for Mickey Masters? One thing a coach told you you'll never forget.
I can't sort of remember what a coach said, but it sort of links in with the last question that Roth answered. And I'll probably go back to it was a state 15s trip that Josh was on with me, and went up to Darwin, and I think we played 4 or 5 games in the comp, and I played like just over 1 game. Like I was a bench warmer, like at the epitome of a bench warmer, literally running water. Like there was 2 blokes that maybe missed out on playing like each game, and I was either running water or just like holding the bench. And I think after that trip, it just sort of sparked a bit of a fire in me. That's just like, all right, I'm 15 now. It's starting to get serious. I'm either going one way or the other, and just put my head down. And sort of 16s, 17s, 18s was sort of when I come into my own. But yeah, I think probably just my first ever sort of experience with a coach where I didn't get sort of handed something. Not handed something. I always worked hard for stuff, but didn't always go my way. And I think that sort of, just sparked a flame in me.
I love that. It's a good memory.
All right, I've got one from Curtis Waterman. Rumour has it a young Jake nearly vomited on his future captain, Bunga Hearn. Story time?
Yeah, so this is my cousin Curtis, fisherman. When I think I was in year 7, I went on a fishing charter up north, and Lecker and Bunga were actually on it. There's actually eagle eye footage of me. You'll find it. It's wicked. Me with big buff head out in Jurien one day, and it was horrible.
What are you doing on this trip?
I was with my cousin and my uncle who had a hook up with Scotty Coughlin up there, who organised all the fishing charters for the boys. And I went on the trip with the aim to fish. Weather was shocking. I was yakking over the side the whole time. I remember young kid, Bunga's fishing next to me. I was yakking next to him, just like mortified. The Eagles cameraman, who only stopped working here recently, was sitting down like holding his sort of mic thing, like the
so he was cooked as well.
Yeah, he was sitting next to me, and I remember just sort of coming back into the harbour there at Jurien, and Lecker gave me a red skin, and that's when I stopped feeling sick, and I was just like, I love this guy. And it's weird how it all comes around, Now was teammates with Lecker, still teammates with Bunger, and there's still footage out there. It's pretty wild.
So they know this story. Like, have you spoken to them?
Yeah. Bunger, yeah, they all know.
We'll get the photo. I've seen the photo of you on the boat.
It's still eagle eye vision. I'm actually surprised. I haven't told anyone because
we'll get the
photo. There's still something out there. But
find this afternoon.
It is wild.
I remember teeing up that shoot. I can't believe you're right.
Stocksy was there.
Yeah, Stocksy sneaking in a fishing trip, glorious.
Gary.
I wet myself reading this last night. Jeez, I enjoyed it. Alex Witherden, is it true Jake sits in the dark and demolishes wafers?
I'll let you answer this, bro.
Just the terminology of that is hilarious.
Just a normal Wednesday night for you, eh?
Nah.
It's a running gag. Running gag.
Witho thinks he's funny.
Oh, thanks for writing in, boys.
Liv_Floro. Use 3 words to describe each other. You two. You go first, Josh.
Oh, wow. Man.
Tough question.
I don't know. Yeah, it is tough. 3 words. Oh, I'm going to get a bit emotional. Loyal. Loyal.
Jesus.
I don't know. Loyal.
Is he funny?
Funny. Not one word, but likes a good time.
Like it.
I was going to go, I don't know if it's one or 2 words, come out, James, social butterfly, because that was my first ever assumptions of Roth. Joyful, and loyal. We'll go loyal again.
Love it,
Thanks,
boys.
brother.
You know what you've delivered?
That was quite
this year?
nice.
That was nice.
It was very cute. It was very unlike
I battled early, but
we got there. You rallied.
Yeah.
You know where I like your form this year, Roth? In the quick quizzes. You've come to your own in the quick quizzes next door for the studio on the gram.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of good comments,
Yeah,
a lot
great.
of good feedback.
Great.
And it's worthy. John Dawson wants to know if either of you still get nervous before games at any stage. Do you get nervous still?
Yeah.
Yeah, always. I think.
Does it dissipate at all?
Yeah, like week to week, I guess it's all based around your form, right? At times, like if you're going well, you've still got game day butterflies and a little bit of nervousness, but you probably don't put as much pressure on yourself. But yeah, I still get nervous, but I've worked out nerves are good, means you care.
Do you, Oz, before I get to Jake, do you get nervous before games?
Yeah, I don't listen to music on game day anymore because I get like too up and about early and then I'm tired by the time I get to the game because I've wasted all my energy. So I just like try and listen to podcasts or do other things throughout the day. I'm so nervous. I reckon I'd be one of the more nervous people still. Like I walk around and I look like a stunned mullet. Like got a stunned expression on my face and don't really remember much before and then kind of just forget about it once you start playing.
Yeah, nerves are always going to be there. Like, there's nothing, that feeling when you run out, is like, you your pants. I mean, it's obvious, I think the nerves are always there and then you get the anxiety that I reckon comes with form. I think sometimes you run out there when you're in good form, you're just flowing through it and you come in a bit low on form, then you're like, geez, I've got to go all right tonight or vice versa. And I think you just got to acknowledge all the feelings that you get because if you're trying to sort of avoid them, walk around them, I think that can lead to pretty negative outcome. But yeah, nerves are always there and normal.
Damo Instagram wants to know why this wasn't a Waterman Bro special, mate. Why is Bro so shy of getting out there in the media?
Yeah, so I don't know. He's pretty quiet, Alec. I mean, I'm actually pretty similar. He laughs at that, but we're not really big talkers, and Alec hates the spotlight being on him. He's just pretty happy to sort of sit back and let other people take that, which I'm pretty similar. That's why I hang around with Oscar a fair bit.
Was I the reserve for this podcast? Can I ask? Was Alec meant to be sitting here?
I always wanted to see if the Watermans wanted to do a potty together because you two have been done, and I was going to team you up with someone else. But then when that fell through, I said, let's get the BFFs back together.
Great, rate it.
And run it back.
Yeah, great.
One of my first, so I've known you for a long time.
Very long time.
Like we played footy together from the age of like 4 or 5, Auskick.
Yeah, about that, yeah.
Went to school together for a long period of time. You're a year above me, my older brother's year. Mm-hmm. So, but Jakey, I remember my first impression of you was you kicking 5 goals on me in a Colts game and telling me I sucked. And and lipping me harder than everyone else.
Don't talk much though.
One of my first
White line.
funniest things I reckon at the club was we were in Hong Kong and we were on a boat. Yeah, and you and Coley were full on wrestling each other.
Oh yeah.
So the question
We've had a
is,
few wrestles over the years, man. Me and TC, my great mate.
The question is, who would win a fight between you two?
Ooh, Jake's stronger than me.
Yeah,
But I'm faster than Jake.
We're not running away from each other, mate.
Yeah. No, we've never had like a good proper wrestle.
I don't think we've ever seen red at each other. Yeah. It'd take a fair bit for that to happen, I reckon.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, we've seen red at each other a few times. But
But not physical now.
To answer your question, go to a decision.
Yeah.
Jordan Moritz wants to know, Jake, if you've ever remembered a story that your old man's told from back in the playing day that almost seems so out of place in today's modern footy, I guess, it would help you sort of jog your memory or have it not too R-rated for this show.
I have heard some R-rated ones on the field, which is pretty wild. But one that he's told me that I just find weird is that when the old boys used to travel, they used to swing past the Hungry Jacks on Albany Highway and all pick up their food from Hungry Jacks and then go to the airport. And I'm just thinking, like, imagine. I mean, I reckon I can picture Liam Ryan walking in the airport terminal with a Hungry Jack's bag, but imagine all the boys walking in with bloody Whoppers and chips, and yeah, it's evolved so much, and it's just a different world. But yeah, I have heard some belters that's probably not suitable for this potty.
I had someone write in, a mate of mine, Scotty Langford. He said, "Why don't you tell the John Annear story?" Which reminds me of what you just said of when he ran home from the airport one day. So let me just bring that one up. So definitely true. I asked him about this one day when he was my physio. He said the Eagles got smashed by Geelong and he was so angry with the way he played. So he got off the plane, asked his missus to get his bag and started running. So apparently it took him 90 minutes, beat his wife home after she dropped a few people off. And so a 90-minute run from the airport. How would you be?
Where did his missus drop everyone off if it took her 90 minutes to get home?
Just doing the righty, I guess.
Wow.
Didn't have cab charges back then. True. Could you imagine something like that happening where you say, I'm just going to do a few extra Ks after my 15 today. I've just made a few skill errors out there. I'm just going to punish myself and just pound the pavement.
No.
I live in Padbury, so I'm definitely not doing that.
Yeah.
If you're Tommy Cole in Vic Park,
we'd all be in a bit of trouble. We live too far away to even consider doing that.
Definitely do a bit of soul-searching after a bad game on a flight home if you haven't gone well, a team's gone poorly. And yeah, the drive home is pretty confronting, I think. Just alone with your thoughts, just reflecting on a poor day. Yeah, it can get pretty hectic.
Sometimes in the plane, if you're sitting and maybe the coach is behind you or some board members are near you, the silence is genuinely deafening.
Not moving.
You do not want to move a muscle.
What about when you walk up and down the aisles, because you've got to keep the legs moving on this flight home, and then you're seeing the coach's code, and then you might walk past certain moments where you're like, oh, they're just about to watch that bit. I remember that bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
Oh, it just gives you the heebie-jeebies and stuff.
Can we move topic? Because it scares me. Like, just the thought of that is shocking.
Josh Quinn 6 wants to know if Jake Waterman misses his fan page that I guess is gone.
You couldn't be bothered keeping it up doing it, eh?
You miss the Jake Waterman fan page. Is Josh.Quinn6 the Jake Waterman fan page admin?
I don't know. I think there was one when I first came on, which was pretty loud on Insta. But I get sent some stuff every now and then by mates, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, I appreciate the support, but surely you've got more things to do. I mean, for me as well, give it to Oscar. Oscar needs a fan page. He's probably got about 6 or 7 that he's generated myself.
Yeah, I'm at it myself. Who am I, Thump?
Oh, yes. I've got a Who Am I?
Great.
So I said to Joshy Rotham, mate, what do you want from me? What do you want to do? He goes, I do miss that game.
We haven't done it.
That was when Hamish was doing this.
Yeah, that is correct. So, mate, you ask and I deliver. Great. So what I want...
Are we competing against each other?
Oh, you know what's worse? You don't have a pen. If you shout out the answer, it might ruin the game for everyone. So kind of just jot down who you think it'll be. I don't really have any pens in here.
I've got a pen here, so if you guys need
It's a shocker, but anyway... Here's a bit of paper. Do your best. Play along at home. I did ask a couple of staff members and they were absolutely stumped, so it could be a hard one.
Great.
Want to stump you. All right. Who am I? Current player on the list for the West Coast Eagles. I've played an AFL game. Clue 1. I think we can just not write anything now. I'll make more noise with you.
Oh, yeah. I got it.
Make more noise with your pen, Oscar. All right. I hate seafood. Can't stand it. Will never eat it. Absolutely disgusting. And I back that in from said player.
You don't like seafood either?
Can't stand it.
You're a child.
Whatsoever.
No. I have 2 brothers. So that's 3 hints now.
Got it.
2 brothers.
You got it.
Yeah.
Hey?
How many?
Ask? Yeah, so if he guesses now...
I can't see this, but I'll give you the number.
Just that.
No. It is not Alex Witherden.
That's what I thought. He would be the type of guy that doesn't like seafood.
All right. I didn't start watching footy until I was 17 years of age. Still don't really like watching it now. Like, don't watch any of it.
Is it
1, 2,
Can we say
3,
guesses
4.
or no?
Oh, if you want to guess,
Is it Jamo?
no.
Jamo don't have bros. Does he?
No,
No, he doesn't.
I'm an even number at the footy club. So that just narrows half the field for you. This could I'll mix these ones up. I scored 2 fantasy points in my debut AFL game.
Can I have a guess?
Jack Willow.
Oh, my guess, wasn't it?
What's your guess?
Jack Williams.
No.
Oh, wow. I was going to use that.
Who are you going to guess?
No, Jack Willow, yeah. I was going to get
All
Jack
right,
Willow as
good.
well.
Who
Right,
had a
some points.
stinker?
Jesus, that's a tough day.
2 brothers.
That's a very tough
2
day.
fantasy points.
But rationale for it. I represented Australia in baseball.
I know. Oh, is it?
Don't guess now. Like, write it down now, and we'll get to the end. If none of you don't think you've got it at this stage,
Man, I'm
no,
nowhere.
it is not Harry Edwards.
Hey, chicken. Baseball.
Why would you think that? Baseball. Okay.
Oh, yes, I know.
Oh,
no,
I know who it is.
It can't.
Okay,
Yeah, I know
well,
what it
you just bank it later,
Yeah.
okay? Because
I'm
we're near the end.
nowhere,
We're near the end. Yeah, you've got it.
Yeah, we've got it. Don't show Joe.
What?
Okay.
Surely he was a footy now.
I went-
2 brothers, David.
Cover that.
Even number. Played an AFL game. Had a small fantasy score on debut.
David.
Went to 4 different went to 4 different schools throughout his life.
I think, is it Elijah Hewitt?
Yeah, it's Huey, and everyone else got it.
I thought he was footy now.
Yeah.
No, yeah, great admissions by him.
Huey.
And then the final 2 were first round draft selection and first year player for Swannies in case you were really battling and needed a layup to the
Jeez, I
rim.
nearly got there.
Well done. That was good.
Before you go, boys, I'll talk about it now because we have a brief moment. What are your thoughts on AFL 23, the game? It got released a week ago. Had a few issues with it.
Couple.
What are your thoughts on some of the player faces that you saw out there? So this is Oscar's face. Out of 10,
That's elite.
you reckon that's good for Oscar
Yeah.
Allen?
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Spot
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
So they've nailed Oscar.
I wasn't there for this, so
Is that Chess?
No, it's me.
That's Jake.
Is that you?
No, I wasn't there when they came in and had the proper one.
That's
I
Campbell
wasn't
Chester,
there, so
man.
I had to get someone
Yeah.
with an iPhone taking photos of my head. So
It's not
it's
good.
probably an upgrade, actually.
It's no, you look good.
Yeah.
The party times there.
Yeah.
Have you seen mine?
Is there?
Yes.
I look about 120 kegs.
Your
in mine.
head is tiny compared to your body on it.
Well, true.
What is it? He's offset.
Pinhead.
Nick Nat's head just got an absolute massacre.
Oh my! His body's bigger than that as well.
Goodness me.
That's just illegal.
So Nick Nat's missing all of the dreads. That's the side on Nick. Like, that's just hilarious.
Yeah, it's just. I don't want to bag it out, but it's not a very good game, is it?
Oh, it's just in its teething issues, right? It's just a ripper from Rob.
Oh,
Mate,
The
look how
likeness-
thick I am.
The likeness is great, but that head is so much smaller than everyone else's scone.
For good reason.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Cully.
Yep, that's good. That's good. I wanted to see if you can guess who these ones are.
Ruben.
Rude, yeah.
God, you've done.
They're not far off.
Yeah,
Like,
I thought the other one was Hunty.
Yeah, I was gonna say Andy.
sure.
Truey.
No,
Is that Harry? No.
Oh,
Barnett.
Williams.
that is
Jack Willow.
I think it's Jack Willow. Yeah.
He's got a tattoo on his wrist.
Who that?
That's TB.
TB or Harry Barnett.
Nah,
That's TB.
nah, it's Harry Barnett.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I've missed on a few.
Oh, okay.
Missed on a few.
But we had Simo Lobb as the goal umpire.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on there.
Anyone get stuck into him for that? An interchange on the bench where Luke Shuey's booting it in the middle of the ground.
Not the time, I don't think.
Yeah.
To have a go at him.
You're having a good time.
You were a big AFL player on the games back in the day. Were you?
Not. I've never played AFL.
There's never been a good AFL game.
There was one back in the
throw
day.
back to like
AFL
04,
Live, 05 and
04, 03. They were pretty good.
Yeah, they were good.
That's like 20 years ago.
Yeah, Xbox original days.
Your rating wasn't too bad. See where you rated at?
Yeah, 84.
It's pretty good.
Wow.
So some of the players.
What was I?
I'll take that.
You're at 77-ish,
Look, I'll
maybe.
take it.
Oh man, did I write it down
You
somewhere?
did write it down.
I'll take that.
Yeah, you're 77.
Yeah.
Rubes was our 10th worst player, which I just don't understand.
Waterman's beating out Cripper in the ratings.
Yeah, you're ahead of Cripper and Coley. You're equal with Duggo and
filthy
Liam Ryan.
Wow.
Liam will not be happy with that.
Yeah, he'd genuinely be flat. And I think Gov's a highest rated player.
Fair enough. Four jackets.
He is.
That's fair play.
Yeah. Boys, thank you so much for joining us on Coast to Coast for another year. It's great to have you back. And Friday night against the Suns, I hope you absolutely blitz them and bring home the Chockies. Anything else to add before you go?
No. Thanks for having us.
Thank you, boys. Appreciate it.
Look forward to round 3.